Alright guys, Infinite Gaming Girl here, and we were back with my vanilla series for the Minecraft, and I believe this is the 4th episode. I might get that wrong, but yeah. So, yeah, I have been busy, on my other server, the server that I play on that is vanilla, and, getting things advanced, and like I said last episode, I lost that first episode of that. So I'm gonna have to re-record that, and I'll probably do that tomorrow, Wednesday, but yeah, just an update, I guess. So, I'm leaving for the beach tomorrow, fun, and I am procrastinating the recording of the 80 minutes, so this is the first 20 minutes that I have to record, and, this is bad. So yeah, leaving for the beach, I can't wait, and then I start school. Right after I get home from the beach, I have a day to chill, and then I have to start school, which will not be fun. But we're getting our puppy, so that'll be cool. But, yeah, so I believe this episode said we were going to go caving, and I was going to get beef. I don't want to fuck this up, but I think this is ready. Yes, it is, okay. Yeah, but I only have one, so I can't even breed. That stinks, but yeah, so I'm gonna get beef. That's gonna be fun. Not really. I don't know. I just felt like you guys should get to know me more. The girl behind the voice, because, it's awkward not knowing anything about me and watching my videos. I don't know, I find that awkward. I don't know about you guys. It wouldn't be something like that. So yeah, let's get some water. Always gotta take water down into the caves. Don't even try. I guess nah, I'm not gonna start the strip mine, because that's really boring for video. We'll just find a cave to go down into. And I hope my voice is a lot better, because in the last, like, 3 episodes, my voice was completely overpowering everything else in the video. So, just bear with me while I'm getting all the sounds together and everything. Like, I have a really crappy mic right now. It's just a little, $20 headset that I got at Staples, so yeah. That's not true. This could be, hopefully. I like to go right down as far as I can. Ooh, just a random lava pool, that's pretty cool. But yeah, so I don't know where to begin with my story. I've, ooh, I am going into my 11th grade year, junior year of high school. So, like I said, I'm old. I wish I was out of high school though. So sick of it. Cave, maybe? But yeah, so I'm going into my 11th grade year, and I need to eat. Really. Just leave it back out there. And, I was a decently happy kid. I mean, I've had a lot of problems, like, we didn't really notice them when I was little, but, I always had signs leading that I had anxiety, and we figured it out in 6th grade because I stopped eating completely because I was scared of throwing up, and I still am, and it's a really, really hard fear to deal with, and it's actually its own type of anxiety because with other anxieties you can run away from it, but with something in your body, you can't quite run away from a fear that is inside of you. Like, you're gonna throw up, it's part of life, and it's so easy to get your body to do it. So it's really hard for me to deal with, because I can't run away. Like, if I'm scared of spiders, I can run away all I want. But with throwing up, nope. I can't do anything. Just have to deal with it. So my anxiety basically upsets my stomach on purpose, and it's crazy what your brain can do. I mean, I'm like, oh my god, I'm sick. Like, it's been 5 years, and I threw up once in these 5 years. And every day I deal with this stomach upset. So, I don't know. I don't know. I can't get over this fear, and it's crippling, and it's ruining my life. But, yeah, it all started in 6th grade. Like I said, I had that fear, and then I stopped eating. So I went from 115 pounds to 75. So I got very skinny, and the doctors, we had so many tests done. Like, we ran a whole bunch of tests to try and find like what was medically wrong with me, and they could not find anything. So I'm like just losing weight and losing my mind, missing school, and then they referred me to a psychologist, and I got diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder and depression. And yeah, that was in 6th grade. I believe I was 12 years old. Is this even here? Nope. Yeah, I was like 12 years old, so I mean, it was a lot to deal with. And once I got diagnosed with that, my school decided to start forcing me to go to school. And this is still traumatizes me to this day. They went about it the completely wrong way. So it was really hard to deal with because um, okay, what happened was they would have my mom drive me to school. And once I got to school, hold on, sorry, distracted. Spawn 2, really? 3! Okay, fine. But once I would get to school, they would have one of the officers and assistant principal come out and carry me out of my car, and then they would carry me through the hallway, and then throw me, the assistant principal, his name was Mr. Luke, and he would throw me down on his office floor, and, just, like, throw me down and just say, stop faking it, like, you're faking all of this, like, just stop. So, screw you guys. Okay, and so, yeah, he would do that, and then I would run to the window and have to watch my mom leave, and I mean, I don't blame it on my parents at all, because they were just the school was just like, the school was just basically like, this is the way we handle it, like, this is the best way to get a kid with anxiety to school, is you just force them in. And obviously that was not, especially with me, because it made everything 1,000 times worse. And after I would run to the window, like, I'd have to watch my mom leave, and he would sit there and be like, um, there's something upstairs, my bad. He would sit there and be like, yeah, you're not gonna see her till she gets home, you're not gonna call her, you're not gonna leave, you're not gonna see her, and just, like, sit there and, like, basically tell me that I wasn't allowed to talk to my mom until she got home from work. So, that was hard, and he would just proceed to, like, I don't know where to start, I think my mom just called me, but I'm gonna ignore that. But yeah, he would, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, he would, like, call me selfish and say I was faking it all, and I would be crying, and, like, I was freaking out, and I was crying, and he would just sit there in the chair, just laugh at me while I was on the floor, and, yeah, he was just really cool, and that happened twice, I believe it was, and, yeah, it happened twice, and that was really hard for me, and it, like, really ruined it, like, really made my anxiety worse, and he would, like, leave his office door open, and, go outside and go to the office next door and talk complete crap about me with the other people in the office. And so, like, that was obviously hard to deal with, because, like, you're just there having a panic attack, and your school, who's supposed to protect you and do anything for you, is just treating you completely like poop. And, yeah, so it happened 2 times, and the second time, I had gotten so bad that I thought I couldn't breathe, but, you know, I was able to breathe, that my anxiety was making me, like, think I couldn't breathe. And the nurse was walking by and said, did I just hear a student say she couldn't breathe? And Mr. Luke, told her to just go away and that I was fine, so she had no choice but to leave, because that's her boss. So, yeah, and it was just, like, really bad, and then they stopped doing that because my mom was, like, refused. My mom was like, no, this is not helping, this is making it worse, like, this needs to end. And so, luckily that forcing me in ended, But, they pretty much bullied me all until I left that school. So I left that school in the middle of 8th grade. So, yeah, but through the years, they had just, like, every time I would go to the office, because there was one lady who actually, like, understood and, like, respected me, and there was plenty of times that she almost got fired for helping me so much, but she's an amazing woman, and I just can't, I don't know what to say, like, she just, like, saved my life, because, like, I was suicidal and everything. I mean, I was 12 years old and dealing with a lot, and I didn't know how to cope with it, and everything was just bad. I didn't have a good therapist, didn't have a good psychologist, and my school hated me. Every time I went to the office, they would, like, just, like, they would literally, like, roll their eyes and be like, and if I was like, can I call my mom, they would just be like, yeah, here, and throw the phone at me and whatnot. And, yeah, it was just like, I was not welcomed in that school whatsoever. And, I was bullied a lot, of course, because I'm sure almost every kid, except for the popular kids, get bullied once in their life. But I was bullied all through middle school too, which was hard. I had no self-esteem because of it. I literally just, I can't accept any compliments that I get, and yeah, it's just bad. I had no self-esteem whatsoever. So, yeah, and then, I try not to leave anything out. And, 8th grade, the reason that we finally decided to switch schools was because I was on the bus riding home, and, some kid called me a bitch, and I know I'm not supposed to cuss in these videos, but yeah, he called me a bitch, and so I stood up to say, don't call me that, and he proceeded to shove his face, or his face, well, he proceeded to shove his palm into my face really hard, and, basically face palmed me, and, yeah, so then I started swinging, and my friend grabbed my arms because she didn't want me to get in trouble. So she grabbed my arms to hold me back, and then he hit her and hit me again. And I had busted my lip open because I had braces on and it hit me in the mouth. And, sorry, I'm searching for a cave, and it's not really working. But yeah, so then, right before that, he had gotten into, an argument with another kid, actually my bully. And, my bully had just, like, literally asked what was on his face, and the kid had, like, a huge mole on his face, but that was not what the bully was asking about. Is this where I came from? No, it's not. Okay. Sorry. And then, he was actually just, he had, like, something on his face, and he wasn't even referring to that, and then he literally, like, picked him up into a chokehold, and, so then, the kid, like, hit him, and I was like, oh yeah, about time he gets hit, because, like, he was just being an asshole. And, yeah, and so I said, oh yeah, and then he called me a B-word, and then, yeah, so that happened. And the next day, well, it was on a Friday, so on Monday, we had gone to the office to report it, me and, my bully. We were on and off with each other, but we went to the office to report it, and, the office had blamed every single thing on me, even the part with my bully. Everything. It was all my fault, because they hated me. But they blamed it all on me, so I got in trouble and I got suspended and referrals and all that junk. And, yeah, they did it. They blamed it on me, and, I got in a lot of trouble, and it wasn't even my fault. And they refused to show us the bus video because there was a videotape, like, of it, of everything that happened, and they watched it, but no, of course we weren't allowed to watch it, even though I was the one getting the blame for everything. And so, like, we moved past that. That was whatever happened. It was over. We just moved past it. No. Oops. But yeah, we moved past that, and like 2 months later, we were playing dodgeball on PE, and he was in my PE class. He was on the opposite team, and he was one of the last people left. So I told my friend to get him out. The next day I come to school, and they call me down to the office, and I get suspended for it was 5 or 6 days for bullying. And of course I'm like, what what did I ever do? Like, I don't bully anybody, like, what? And so then they were like, in dodgeball, you talked about James, because that was his name. You talked about James and all this mess, and I was like, no I didn't, I just said get him out in dodgeball. And so they suspended me, and, you know, the person who suspended me, of course, was Mr. Luke, because he was surprisingly the one dealing with the situation. Of course he suspended me. And, yeah, we met with the principal, who is racist, by the way, and he decided to take it from bullying to something else, but I was still suspended for 3 days over telling someone to get someone out in dodgeball. So that happened, and we were like, okay, we're done. This school is, we're done. And, like, before my mom had asked, like, or it was the end of 6th grade, had asked if we could switch schools, asked my psychiatrist, and she said no, that's a horrible idea. So, yeah, and by the way, she's still my psychiatrist, and I can't wait to change psychiatrists, because slowly. But, yeah, so we finally switched. Thank God, like, the school I switched to, oh my god, they were all about helping me. I was still struggling and wasn't doing good at all, but they were so helpful, like, they gave me so many accommodations, and I'm just so thankful for them. And at one point, the school had gotten upset with, how much, like, accommodations they were making for me, and yet I was still missing school, which I respect, because they were making all these accommodations, and it did seem like I wasn't trying, but I was. I was just going through a lot and didn't have a good medicine. So, yeah, and they got frustrated, but, like, the assistant principal, her name was Miss America, she had kept making accommodations, and, yeah, it was pretty fantastic. She was just like, Miss Geddes, the guidance counselor who helped me in the other school, like, she came close to getting fired for it, and she was what should be of all school workers. She actually cared about me, and apparently that's not how schools are these days, but, you know. So, you know, I suffered through the half of the rest of the year of 8th grade, and then I moved on to high school, and, yeah, I had a pretty good freshman year, honestly. My anxiety was controlled. I mean, I did really good. I missed a bunch of days, but I still, like, missed a lot less than I usually did. But yeah, so I was doing pretty good freshman year, but of course, there's always gotta be something with me. And I was being bullied badly. 2 classes, literally the whole class. And in one of them, even the teacher was bullying me. I'm dead serious. Yeah, I had literally 2 classes bullying me, and, they were on opposite days, so I didn't even get a day off, like, constantly just being bullied, and it was just horrible. And at the beginning of the year, oh man, food. Should probably be getting back anyways to the house. But, yeah, I'm gonna go home. Oh, okay, that works too. Anyway, that works perfectly fine for me. But yeah, and, oh no, oh, my dog just barked. But yeah, okay, I was being bullied, yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, I was being bullied, and at the beginning of the year, I bent over, and, you know, people bend over, and sometimes the butt cracks come out, you know, it's whatever. Things happen. And I had bent over, and she took a picture of my butt crack, and the one of 3 friends I actually had in that class, thank God, they told me that she did it, so I didn't even ask. I was just like, you know what, I'm going to the office right away. So I went to the office, and they they asked the 2 girls who were blamed if they did it. Of course they said no. So the school proceeded to just not do anything about it because they said no. So we got a mediation contract, which basically says if you guys fight at all, you both get suspended. Stupidest thing ever. but that's what we had to do, and the school didn't do anything, so I kept being bullied the rest of the year. Um, hold on.